Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Crazy D's Equipment. So today we're going to talk about what Doc has found is actually wrong with the little Lamborghini and go over what it's going to be and take it. We're going to take it from there. Okay, Doc, let's go over what you found and stuff. So,
where do you want to start? Because there's a
I tell you
decent
what,
little
I had a
list.
guy in the comments was just absolutely sure with all his experience of working on cars that the valves were stuck.
Yeah.
That's why it was smoking. So let's discuss that.
Let's discuss that. Well, let's just show them. Key is off. They're out of gear. I'm going to
So valves aren't stuck.
No, they're not stuck.
And that's exactly, and why it is smoking is exactly why we said in the original video.
Well, yeah, because the oil is 50-50.
Oh, it's 50-50.
It's 50-50.
50% fuel, 50%,
50% oil.
So it is rings.
Yeah. And I wonder when the last time that pump has been filled with oil. Fun facts for our case guys. Mm-hmm. Remember Greg telling me why they went to that other pump that they use, the fuel pump, is because people forgot to put oil in the older pumps, so they burnt out the pump. It's like a little baby engine on the side of your engine.
So, and that pump has to take oil too.
It says in Italian, oil.
Oil. Yeah. So.
So.
All right. So. Rings.
It's
rings
definitely
and sleeves if it's sleeved.
what it is. It is. This assembly is your sleeve, but all this here is the sleeve. You pull these studs and it'll come up off, and that's pretty much how that works when the air cooled. Kind of like a motorcycle or fancier lawnmower. Okay. But that's definitely it. Now, when we talked about it in the last video about a transmission being dry, I was a little bit wrong there. It is definitely the front
the
dries.
front diff is dry.
Yeah, which the bushings that it sits on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can see, but you watch the axle. It twists.
Oh,
Can you see it twisting? You can see it moving back and forth there.
I can't.
That bush.
I don't know if the camera caught it.
I don't think they might have, but that bushing is out.
Okay.
Kind of don't want to go too quick on for you guys. I drained what there was of fluid from the front pumpkin, since it was dry, looking for anything shiny. I didn't see anything shiny. I don't know how well it works because honestly, being empty right now, I don't really want to kick it in, which I found the lever over here on the side for that.
So we know how that works. So the other big concern Tyler had was the 3-point wasn't working.
Because this filter's plugged. It's just a fine mesh screen mesh, and I should be able to even going outside in the sun, you really can't see through it.
Okay.
And I noticed that it is kind of milky. I don't know if the guys can see that, but it's kind of milky.
Yeah, they can see that.
And
that
so
ain't looking good.
That is the same color as what little bit of fluid came out of the front differential pumpkin.
Okay.
I think some of our other issues we are having with the fuel system or the fuel burning not well is it's red diesel, but it's darker than it should be. It's expired.
So the fuel's very old.
Very expired.
Okay.
Yeah, it's old.
So that'll help things out too. We'll get rid of that.
Otherwise, I'm thinking that's what I could find.
And then we need to replace the cable for the foot feed.
Yeah.
And then we have to address the brake issue because the brakes are not working.
Yeah, I was messing with them and they were crunchy.
They're crunchy.
They're crunchy.
What is crunchy?
I'm not sure what that means.
So that's going to need to be dug into too. And they are a band brake on axle.
I don't know.
I bet you the bands are bad.
Case D.
Huh?
Let's see if I can get it to do it now. I can't get it to do it now. I was doing it a minute ago.
They were
I push
crunching?
it on the brakes and you can hear it go crunch or pop or something like that.
Okay.
So they just maybe need some.
So the bands they're
making crunchy noises.
We're gonna have to address that.
Hopefully just need to just clean them up some and
Okay.
get them working correctly.
Yeah. So we're talking Tyler here. So he's going to use the brakes a lot because he's going to panic. He's going to think he's driving a car, and he's going to go for the brakes before he goes to the clutch.
That's the
Normal,
biggest
yeah.
reason they need to work correctly.
So yeah, we're going to have to pull. I'm going to walk around this way. We're going to have to pull the. I'm going to have to see if we can straighten his drawbar for him.
Yeah, we might. But yeah, so
yeah.
can I point out another thing with
Yeah.
this thing? This thing was built in the period of time that they didn't distinguish very well between 540 and 1000.
Mm-hmm.
So down here is the bottom one's your 540, which needs to be addressed. It looks like, because it shouldn't do that. And then that's your
So the
1000.
PTO is wore out too.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to address some transmission issues.
Which is fine because I think that's part of. I got to fix this assembly here because I believe that is what runs your 3-point.
Okay. So
When-
that engages the 3-point, and that is not working
Correctly.
either. So otherwise, that's a pretty long list.
Can I be honest? I thought it was going to be longer.
You thought it was going to be longer?
Yeah.
We need to see if we can. And I don't know. Talk with this guy. The gauges probably could use.
It wouldn't hurt to replace those.
Yeah.
That way we can give Tyler how quick he is moving and make sure he knows he has oil pressure and such. Because
And
that's
that
about
comes-
all you have up here.
Yeah.
And then your hourrometer.
Yeah. Arometer. Yeah. So yeah. I didn't. This tire's gone.
Yeah. I think we have is one.
I
No.
just happen to have tires that can go on the front of this, so I'll let Tyler know that I have we can address that issue
Yeah.
for him.
There's
So
one more thing on this side.
so
Yeah, just one thing else I almost missed is something with the starter isn't working correctly.
we're gonna have to pull it off.
I'm trying to
It
think.
locks up.
It's a little intermittent
Yeah.
of kicking in or not.
Yeah, it doesn't
And
really kick in.
I don't know if it's to do with the electric switch that actuator or is it something else? But
Okay. So we'll have to figure that out and stuff for it too. So okay, so that gives us a list of what's all wrong. We know that we're gonna have to replace
yeah, it
this
looks like they gutted
massive
it.
hole. Somebody said they thought this thing had been rolled over.
I don't know.
I don't know if that's the case. It could have been. That could have been something that could have
It
happened.
might be why the tracks and stuff the
Might
way they are.
explain why. Yeah, you might be right. It might explain why the fenders are broke and stuff. So, but
But yeah, that's all I was able to find. But
so that's all right. So you're gonna have to sit down and write a list of everything that
Yeah.
I'm gonna need, and parts wise. So and go from there.
okay,